We're going to go down the coast to Trevor's favorite place in the world, Anaheim, to talk about the Los Angeles Angels. Because that's what they're called.
I know.
We had them ranked 16th, right dead middle. And last year, if you remember, the storyline of the Angels were they beat teams that they were supposed to beat, and they lost the teams that were better than them. I don't know how true that ended up, but at one point in the year, Jake and I just had a blast looking at their schedule, and it was very true. Does this team have a better record than them? They lost. Does this team have a worse record than them? They won. And they just rode that line forever. Jake, they made some moves.
They sure did. They lost Alex Cobb, who goes to San Francisco, and they'll untap a little more in him. Dylan Bundy, who could have seen it coming? He ends up in Minnesota. Steve Cishek, see on the blitzball field, my man. He's a national. Dexter Fowler remains a free agent. How about that? Phil Gosselin, how's your utility action? Who came in? Well, Rysel Iglesias came back. They re-signed him. Noah Syndergaard, Thor, that one-year deal. We'll see how that works out. Bullpen, Aaron Loop, Ryan Tepera. Little lefty-righty action coming at you. Michael Lorenzen, looks like he could potentially be a swingman for them this year. Archie Bradley after a tough year in Philadelphia. And then some infield depth. Matt Duffy, Tyler Wade, Andrew Velasquez. Little Bronx magic there. And Kurt Suzuki. How about that? Trev. Couple fun guys up top of the rotation this year, at least.
Yeah, you know what? I got some thoughts on this whole thing. At least, look, when you just read all those people who they brought in, a lot of them are pitchers, and we've been calling on them to do that. They drafted every single draft slot was a pitcher. They've been trading for pitchers, signing pitchers, so they're at least addressing the problem. The rotation, as it stands right now, Shohei leading the way. And our guy, Thor, is probably going to be slotted in the 2 spot. Him and Patty Sandoval, the lefty. Michael Lorenzen's getting stretched out. He was a reliever last year, right?
Last 2 years.
So he's getting stretched back out. We'll see how that works. They got a couple other guys. Suarez and Detmers can sling it up there a little bit. The bullpen. All the Angels fans want to talk about is go check our bullpen out. So here it is. You want to hear it, people? I'm going to throw it right in your face. Rysel Iglesias, an absolute stud. Great signing by them. Way to keep him in your city. Tepera came over here. Loop came over here. Mike Myers, not sure if he was with them or came over. Archie Bradley comes over. Who else did they add? You said some more people.
Just dudes.
That was it. There's some other people in there, but they do have like a good top 3-4 guys in the bullpen. That's really all you need. So I like it. James, the lineup. We've always kind of liked the lineup, right?
Yeah, they've had they've had names in the lineup for a while. They got a lot right now. Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout, Jared Walsh, Anthony Rendon, Max Stassi, Brandon Marsh, Joe Adele, Matt Duffy, David Fletcher, Tyler Wade, and Taylor Ward. That's confusing. Justin Upton, Jack Mayfield, Kurt Suzuki on the bench. Yeah, Jake, you are hot on the Angels, so I'm going to let you go first.
They are my Angels. I've taken them at my own peril. Shohei, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Let's do it, dude. You are a special, special man. Mike Trout out for a lot of last year. So Trouty back. I mean, Ohtani and Trout, how long those guys can stay healthy. Jared Walsh, one of the breakout players of last year. Fangraphs has him projected for 34 homers. That's a very real number from Jared Walsh. Anthony Rendon also missed a ton of last year. I love Anthony Rendon as a two-way third baseman. My goodness. And then the rest of that lineup, there's not a bunch of names that jump off the page unless you're a foolish baseball guy. He loves Max Stassi. Brandon Marsh, a young ball player that maybe this is when it clicks. Joe Adele, I think one of those guys has a chance. And then in the infield, David Fletcher, another favorite of anyone's. And then what can they get from one more guy, whether it's a Duffy, a Tyler Wade, someone like that. Justin Upton, does he have one more year of magic? So I really think that lineup can come together. And I know the lineup has never really been the problem in Anaheim, although Trout and Rendon missed a ton of time last year. So I think that top four is a sneaky top top 4 in baseball, especially if Shohei and Trout are them. Now, the pitching, where it's always questioned. Shohei, again, I'm just going to drink the Kool-Aid on him, and he's the best ever. 2 ways. Syndergaard, let's see. Like, he came back. He made an appearance last year after TJ. We'll see what he's built up for. He's still going to have to feel it out on the mound. Expecting some lumps early, that doesn't mean he can't have a nice second half of the season or wherever he ends up landing. Sandoval had a solid little year for them. He's projected to have a nice season, which, God, they could use that. And then you'll see from Lorenz and Suarez, and then Reed Detmers, another guy I'm buying stock in, a top 50 prospect. I think he gets the call this year. Because guess why? The Angels are in this window. Like, Trout's time is starting to tick. He just went over 30. You have Ohtani for cheap right now. You gave Tony Rendon that big contract. Now's the time. So I think if the Angels see an opportunity to continue to improve this team, they will take it. And I do think when we get to the bullpen, that can be a big difference maker for them. If the 7th, 8th, 9th innings can be more lockdown innings, which, man, Reisel's so good. Tepera's underrated. Aaron Lupa, I mean, what is going on with that guy? There's a path for the Angels. I'm ready to be hurt by it, but I think this team can find a way.
I'm going to say this. People are going to get mad at me. This all hinges on Noah Syndergaard. Like, the entire season. I'm looking at the roster. Ohtani. Let's just say he's Ohtani like last year. I honestly I expect a little bit of regression on both sides of the ball, and he'll still be like the elite of the elite. Let's just say, for argument's sake, he's still who he is. Patty Sandoval had a nice little year behind him. I'd say he's like a 3 guy. Detmers, limited like showings in the big league level wasn't great, but we know he's okay. We need a 2. And Syndergaard, I spoke about this with Chris Rose. He has looked good, and usually I'm pretty hesitant with TJ guys, but he's had enough time now where he's not 18 months removed. I think he's a full 2 years now. So he's had a kind of a normal off season. I've heard the ball is looking good. I've seen some spring training starts. The ball does look great coming out of his hand. It's how many starts can you get out of him? How many innings are you going to get? I believe they said they were going to try to go with the 6-man rotation. I don't believe that's like something that's really sustainable. I don't think pitchers like that. If you can get 25 starts, this is what I said to C Rose. If you can get 25 starts and somewhere around a 3.5, because go look at Noah Syndergaard's baseball reference page. Like, a 3.5 is not out of the realm for this guy. If you get that, I think we're talking about a completely different Angels team, and kind of the one that we all have in our head, like thinking they could be the wild card team and make some noise. You got to get that out of nowhere, or else it's not going to happen. And honestly, this is a team, if that doesn't happen, like, we could be saying like they're not even close to the playoffs. So I think there's a floor there that most Angel fans don't want to admit. And the ceiling is predicated on pretty much Noah Syndergaard being a guy. So take that for what you will.
I don't totally disagree, because they need pitching, obviously, and Shohei's awesome and exciting. But they need someone to else to do it. Patty Sandoval was good. Suarez bumped to the rotation last year, and was decent in 14 games. I think he averaged like a 5 innings pitch, 2 earned runs, which with their bullpen would be great. But you need someone who, that was like his, you need someone to be a stud, and to be a good team, you need 3 guys. So I don't know. The pitching obviously is the scariest thing. The bullpen is really good, and maybe that helps out. Still shocking they didn't go get a starter. That's not a question mark, because right now you have and Syndergaard's good.
They took a big swing. I guess that's part of what
Noah $21 million.
That's
I
part
can't
of
believe it. That makes no sense to me.
Part of what gets me excited is they took a big swing, because if they signed 2 $10 million a year guys, I think we would be laughing harder at the Angels.
Well, why is that the limit?
They're giving themselves a chance. If Syndergaard clicks like
but
Trevor
that's
said,
you just made up a budgetary limit.
Well, they signed Noah for what? 22? 20 million?
21.
Yeah, but they could have signed Noah's. They could have signed to Noah and another guy.
Right. I think.
I don't think they only had 20 mil to spend.
I mean, there's a lot of teams around baseball that would have liked to sign another starting pitcher. I'm saying if they went out and they had a $22 million for starting pitcher, if they got 2 $10 million guys or one Noah Syndergaard, I like that they at least swung. And hey, maybe Syndergaard stinks this year. We look back at his Baseball Reference, and this was the bad, didn't bounce back yet, wasn't ready year. But if he does, like, they got a huge win in that 1-year deal. So instead of us talking about, like, who are some of the pitchers that got...
Like, I thought Stroman should have been someone they picked up. Gossman, they could have went after. Literally, Rodon. Like, I don't know.
They still have room for a big ad if they want to. The payroll's at 168, but if you add in like benefits and minor league salaries, it says right now I'm on a Spotrac, 28 mil before the first tax threshold. So they got room to do this, and maybe they just couldn't land somebody, or maybe they didn't see anybody that they thought would help them as much as Noah. I mean, obviously they are taking a big risk with him, but it could pay out in a big way. Go add another guy. Noah's on a 1-year deal. What is it? Does he have a team option, a mutual option?
I don't know. 1-year deal coming off TJ for 20 mil is great for Noah. And I hope he pitches really well, but even then what? Like, I don't know. You got to start locking guys down for the windows that match with your hitters so they can get comfy and be there.
Well, maybe they see that out of Noah this year and they say, hey, this guy looks good. Noah, you want to stay?
And he's going to go get a ton of money elsewhere, probably.
Sure is.
He is a CAA guy, not a Boris guy. I'm sure that always helps when you look at a player. Like, is he a Boris guy?
Yeah, I'm interested. The lineup is awesome. This should be a team that gets a lot of like Sunday night games. I don't know if the Shohei effect is fully taken in. Like, they should be on primetime games. They should be getting national attention because they are like very exciting multiple different ways. And they got a lot of speed now. Madden has talked about how excited he is with how many fast guys they have on the squad and how much they want to start doing he didn't call it small ball. He called it something ridiculous, or just like his own.
I'm sure it was really ridiculous.
Now ball. Oh, not old school, not new school. It's in school baseball. That's what he said. The Angels are playing in school baseball, so that's something.
All right. Hey, quick trivia before we end this one.
Yes.
Don't look at your computers. Noah Syndergaard's original organization. Go.
Blue Jays.
I didn't hear what you said.
Blue Jays.
Nice.
Tole trade.
I didn't know that.
Dickey trade, right?
Did not know that.
Known as the Tole trade.
AL East guys, brah.
Yeah.
Ooh, Coastal Elites only on the East Coast. And that's it for the episode. What's the fun stat? Over under.
Max's fun stat, over under. The over under is 83.5. Max's fun stat in the span of June 15th to June 21st. Shohei hit 6 home runs, had a 1.56 OPS, recorded a win, and stole a base, giving him 0.7 F4 in 6 games. That's from BMags94 on Twitter. I'm taking the over. I drank the Kool-Aid. This is the year. This is the year, Anaheim.
They only won 26 games in 2020.
Damn.
That would be their highest finish since when? Since
golly.
What's the over-under? 85?
83 and a half.
So since 2015, it would be their best season since 2015. It's a good line.
I'm taking the over. I'm gonna put them at like 84 wins. I think it is a good line. I think they barely squeak over it. I don't think they're a playoff team this year.
I was gonna say I kind of like. Well, now we're all on the green. I like them as over 500, but not making the wild card. I'd love it if they're in the playoffs.
Me too.
I think you say that every year.
I'll leave the bandwagon open for you guys.
This is a surprising Jakey bandwagon for me.
You know, it's organizations, right? And that's something I'm passionate about, and this organization doesn't have the track record. Mike Trout and Anthony Rendon are two of the best this game has to offer, and they were out. And like Ohtani, like there's a chance he regresses. No, it's funny. We can't even dream of him getting better. And this is going to be what, his third full year in the league, something like that. And trust me, I know that's an insane thought because of what the man did last year. But he's like still young and stuff. I don't know.
I think he can get better.
Baseball is a funny sport. If they have that high-end talent, which they really do, you know, it can come together. Stay in it to the break. I think they're going to be better than Oakland. I think they're going to be better than Texas. And this is another team that almost can't sell. So
Shohei winning the Cy Young. He's award chasing. Rookie of the Year. Got it.
Might as well.
MVP. Got it. Give him the Cy.
This lineup is good. The lineup is good. The bullpen is good. The starting pitching is still just okay.
They would love just okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's the other thing that gets me almost excited. If the rotation can be just okay, which, hey, in Anaheim it hasn't been, this team can actually do things. And
go Syndergaard, go. If Syndergaard goes, this team goes.
And part of the reason I'm also doing it is if they can somehow do it and sneak into the wild card, and you got to face a Syndergaard that maybe he's worked through whatever TJ stuff he had to work through, and Shohei and that lineup in a 5-gamer, man, halo up. Don't make me fucking hate your organization at the end of the year.
It's a risky move.
Tyler Wade hot.
Tyler Wade hot. I still don't like the organization. Personal reasons.
I like the Angels organization. Like that whole I hate the Angels speech that everyone thinks like, but like it's not the same as the Indians or the A's. Like they do try, and they drafted 20 pitchers. So like,
yeah.
It is a new regime.
They're getting the net a little bit. I just wish they would have signed another pitcher.
There's still a chance, bro. If they sign another pitcher and like a legit guy, I mean, this now we're talking about, here we go.
Yeah. I thought Stroman would have been a good fit for them. All right. That's that. It's over. We're moving on. The Angels are put in our rear view.